things
Sure.
or whatnot, we'll use a video to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're from Market Vision, and again, hoping to learn about yourself. I actually, we live in Cincinnati, so we flew in
Oh my gosh.
learn, I guess, a little bit about Orlando. I don't know where we're eating tonight, though.
Yeah.
So
I can recommend two fantastic restaurants.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, that was
Yes. The Rusty Spoon is downtown, and they gear themselves towards, both of these restaurants have chefs that were trained somewhere else, and they both cater their restaurants to local seasonal good foods, and the menus are awesome. So Rusty Spoon downtown, you should be able to get in there no problem, because the downtown crowd doesn't start till later, so if you go at 6:30 or 7, no problem. Ravenous Pig is the other one, but that one's in Winter Park, and that one would probably be hard to get a table at.
Okay.
But those are my two favorite new
Ravenous
restaurants.
Pig.
Yes.
Very interesting name.
I know, isn't that a good name? And it's not all pork.
I was gonna say, is it all pork?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It's a very, very.
They do have chicken.
Very diverse menu, yes. And the Rusty Spoon's another good name too. But it's very good. I highly recommend those. And then if you get to experience downtown, if you go to the Rusty Spoon, because it's right there on Church Street.
Okay.
So it's right where the other bars and stuff are.
Is downtown big in Orlando?
Well, I didn't live here as a 20-year-old, so I can't say. But my daughter does go down there to party and stuff from college. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So
does she go to
that would be a
UCF?
good, young, hip place for you guys to go.
Does she go to UCF?
She does.
Okay, I went to University of Florida, so I'm from Miami.
Oh, cool. Very neat. Yeah, she's at UCF.
Nice.
Okay, so
All right,
going on then.
So tell us about yourself. So you have a daughter.
Yes, I have. So this, I'll tell you, you'll use these things. So I have my family, and I have a daughter at UCF, a daughter at FGCU, and a son at who's going to go to Bishop Moore. He was at Catholic Grammar School. We put him in the public high school for a year, where the two girls graduated, but it wasn't working for him. He likes the smaller school environment, so he's going to go back to the Catholic high school.
Okay.
And my husband, and he's self-employed and runs a nursery in the fern capital of the world, Apopka, Florida. So he grows plants.
Fantastic. So y'all been in Orlando for how long now?
We've actually been here for 18 years. So
Okay.
we moved from Wilmington. We actually we're a military family for a while. He was a pilot in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And so we lived in Hawaii. So we can't complain at all. Yeah. So we lived in Hawaii for 4 years. And then we moved to Wilmington for a couple of years, North Carolina, and then came here. So we've been here the longest.
Okay.
So every one of us was born in a different state. Nobody was born in the same place.
Good, keep it diverse.
Yes, and then I picked this because I am actually an elementary teacher by degree, but I had a concentration in math, and I've also taught math, and I like math a lot, and puzzles and problem solving. And then I chose my whisk. It's my favorite tool in my kitchen, but I like to cook. I like to bake especially, so I chose the whisk.
So we know your recommendations are good then.
Yes, I think you will be happy. I think you will. So that's me. Grew up in Mobile, Alabama, and moved to Pensacola to teach, and met my husband in the grocery store. Actually,
You're kidding.
no, because I was working. Del Champs was a chain in Mobile, and I wanted to transfer to a Del Champs for the summer before I found a teaching job in Pensacola. And my best friend worked at it's kind of cool, worked at a Holiday Inn, and she wanted to transfer to Pensacola also. And I don't know if you know the geography of Pensacola, but neither of our businesses transferred us to Pensacola. They transferred her to Gulf Breeze, which is over one bay, and they transferred me to Milton, which is over the other bay. And so we got an apartment in Pensacola, and we each got up every morning and left and went different ways. We actually ended up getting teaching jobs in the same school, which was cool, and it was in Pensacola. But Milton happens to be the training for the pilots for the Navy, and I had no clue. My husband likes to say, "Yeah, sure, you didn't know. You went there looking for an officer," but I really didn't. And he came into the grocery store when I was working there, and I met him. So, and then we dated while I was teaching that first year, and then got married.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah. And then tell us about this.
Sure. I called it the lazy laundry log because I really don't put a lot of effort and time into my laundry. I sort it darks and lights only. I think I have a friend that always has a bleach load and this load and that load. I make it very simple. And then if I have to iron it, it probably is going to go to dry cleaning because I really don't like to iron it all. So it depends on my mood that week. Maybe if it's mine, James has shirts that he wears every day to work. and they're the least expensive to dry clean, so they always go. But if I have like a linen blouse or something that's going to cost more, maybe I'll keep it back or not.
And how much does it cost to dry clean?
I guess I probably spend about $35 a week dry clean. No, probably not that much. Maybe $35 every 2 weeks dry clean. So that's my splurge, because I don't need a maid, but I don't want a maid. I don't get my nails done. I actually only colored my hair for the first time like a month ago. So I'm like, that's my splurge. That's my treat for myself. I send more to the dry cleaning than otherwise.
Hey, can you tell us, for you, why is it a splurge? What about do you?
Well, I mean, I could certainly do it for iron and everything and not spend that money, but then I really just don't like ironing, so I figure that's my treat to myself, that I'm going to let somebody else do the ironing for me.
Got it. And then when it comes to ironing, what is it about ironing that you don't like? Or
I don't know. It's just standing there, and I don't know. It really isn't that laborious, but you know how you make up in your mind that some things are just more difficult to do than others. Like there's like sewing a button on a shirt. You put it to the side, and it takes you 2 months to get to it, and then when you do it, you're like,
it's less than a minute.
It took me 3 minutes. Why did I procrastinate for so long? So I think it's probably more of a mindset than anything else. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, there's just other things I'd rather be doing, so I do that.
And I'll apologize up front. I'll probably ask a couple like really basic questions.
Yeah, that's okay.
That seem pretty obvious, but sometimes people will answer them a little differently. So just want to check.
And then I will pre-treat if I know there's a stain or something. And I've used different things, but when I was at my dad's house, I had a stain that I normally can't get out, and I used this product, and it came out, and I was very excited. The Resolve pre-treat. He had used it, and I'm like, wow, this is great. I got the stain out. So that's my new pre-treat product.
And I'm sorry, you discovered that at your
dad's house. I spent 2 weeks with my dad this summer while my son went to sailing camp, and so I was using their laundry products.
Cool.
Yeah. And then when I wash, I usually just use the normal or the heavy duty or the delicate cycle. And right now I'm using the Publix Free and Clear HE, because I do have the front load washers. And I choose it because honestly I can't tell a difference between detergents. I've never really noticed in all the years that I've done laundry that one's really doing a better job than another. Yeah. And so the price is right, unless something on the shelf is having a really good sale, then I'm going to go ahead and grab the Publix. And I know it sounds silly, but I want whatever I buy to fit in the drawer under the washing machine. So the Publix fits, and if the other thing on sale isn't going to fit, then I'm probably not going to buy it, just because I do like things to be organized and in their places. And so that, believe it or not, makes a difference to me, whether the product's going to fit in the cabinet I'm going to put it in.
Yeah, maybe we could take a look at it later.
Yeah. And then drying again, like I said, it's my lazy laundry log. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Just a couple of questions on this area here. So, with regards to the Free and Clear, the Publix Free and Clear, so you choose Free and Clear over any of the other?
I'll choose a scented one too, but I think I grab that one. Sometimes my husband will say, "Oh, the scents, I'm itching in the sheets or whatever. I think it's that scented detergent you got or whatever." But I do like scented detergents, and I will grab a scent. It just happens that I did choose that one this time. But they asked me on the phone, I guess, if I like my clothes to smell nice, and I do. And I was going to say that one time I was at a friend's house and her mom was using Tide or something, and it smelled really good. I'm like, oh, the clothes smell so nice. And so I came home, and I think I tried to buy the same thing she bought, and I didn't notice the wonderful smell that I noticed there. I was going to say, though, that I think whatever you choose, at some point you become immune to it and you don't even notice it anyways. Yeah. Like I have a scented cleaner for my counters, and I don't smell it anymore at all. And I bought it and was enticed by it because of this. It's Mrs. Meyer's, and they have some really good scents, and I was drawn to it because of how nice it smelled. Mm-hmm. And I can't smell it anymore at all. I don't know what it smells like.
You almost gotta keep changing it.
Yeah, I could alternate the scents, but I don't really like the lavender, so usually it ends up being the lemon. And I haven't seen gardenia in a while. So,
just to make sure I understand, you mentioned there's potentially some skin sensitivity challenges.
I think he made it up, and he was itchy all day. He's like, I think it's the detergent. What detergent did you use this time? I think it's the detergent that you used. Okay. So I may have chosen this just in consideration of his possible itchiness, which I don't think exists.
But it sounds like also if there was a scent out there that really delighted you, that you would...
Yeah, I would probably choose it. I would enjoy for my clothes to smell nice, but I think it's something that you maybe notice the first or 2 times, but then it doesn't continue. It doesn't. You become immune to it. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Got it. You don't remember what that product was your friend recommended that you tried?
Well, it was a while ago, and I'm pretty sure it was a Tide product, and it smelled really good, but I don't even remember which scent it was or anything. Yeah, and everything even exists from that time that she used it. Okay,
and you said they all clean the same.
I think they do. I mean, you can't tell. How would you know? I can get a dishwashing detergent, and when I use for the dishes, and when I use that, I can tell whether one's more concentrated than the other. I mean, it lathers more and it bubbles more. I mean, you can see a difference. Whereas that goes in your washing machine and it's locked and it's closed, and you have no idea. And so it's just the final outcome that you see. And I've never noticed that something really cleans the clothes better than something else. Okay. But I mean, we have to go back to the fact that I am a lazy laundry person. I'm not going to pay a lot of attention to everything. To me, I'm like, it is what it is. I did my job. I washed it, I folded it, I put it back in their drawers. That's that. If it's something that can come out, then I guess it wasn't meant to come out.
So it sounds like you're getting what works for you, right?
Right.
I mean, because usually, sometimes you hear folks say they want free and clear products because of some very specific, particular issues that they may have. But for you, it's kind of. Have you thought about or looked at the all free product?
No, I probably wouldn't get it unless it was on sale.
Okay.
Or somebody were to bring it to my attention that it was really good, like having gone to my dad's and used this, and or if somebody said, "Oh, I just used the detergent and it cleans so much better," then I might give it a try and see what it does.
Okay. Out of curiosity, have you ever seen even like a laundry commercial on TV?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Anyone come to mind?
I can't remember the product, but I remember the one
You remember the story?
Yeah, the one that comes to mind right now that they've played it a lot lately is, and it may not even be for detergent. It might be for the washing machine, but it's the blue jean one. The girl's complaining to her mom, what did you do to my jeans? And the mom says, I just washed them. And I don't even think you see the people in the commercial. I think you see the machine and the jeans, but that's the one that comes to mind right now.
It's like a silver machine.
I think it is for the machine, but I don't think I've actually sat and watched it. It just, whenever I hear it, for some reason, I hear it, because I usually have the TV on and walking around, and for some reason, that one... I think it's because I'm not sure what they're advertising, and I'm trying to figure it out, but I haven't sat down and actually watched it.
Cool. All right, sorry. So
no, you're ready for drawing? Yeah. So drawing, again, I didn't even know what I had, but I did happen to have the free and clear dryer sheets, and for me, using the dryer sheet, for me, the purpose is really just to make sure there's no static in the clothes, because that is really what concerns me. And I don't know if it's because of the humidity in Florida, but they seem to work. In the wintertime, I think you would notice more static than any other time, and they definitely do the job. They get the static out. And then the only other thing is, usually I don't get to the laundry right away to fold it as soon as it's done, so I have a custom program for a 15-minute tumble press, and so when I'm finally ready to fold the clothes, I'll go put that on and tumble them for 15 minutes, and then I'll take them out right away and hang them up and fold them and stuff like that.
In the dryer is a 15-minute tumble
press? My old machine had something that I could just turn to, but this one I had to make a custom program. So I turn it on, and for 15 minutes it tumble presses the clothes, and that way the wrinkles are hopefully going to come out when I hang them and fold them at that time.
Okay, so you can. So it'll finish drying, and then you'll go back and set.
Just drying it, because the warmth will, I guess, release any wrinkles that have set in, and then when you take them out and they're still warm, then when you hang them on the hangers, they'll be less wrinkled.
So
they won't have that wrinkle.
You come up with some good tricks to make sure you don't have wrinkles.
Those are my lazy tricks.
Wow, that's impressive.
So
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, so because you don't ever, I mean, you just take the clothes out how they are after an hour of sitting in the dryer and just figure that's the wrinkles that they have.
Yeah.
No. You got to tumble press them again, and the heat will release all those wrinkles that set in there, and then you can hang them up right away, and the wrinkles are gone.
But if the dryer just stopped and you happen to be there at the right time,
then you would just take them out. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I would just take them out and hang them up and fold them right away, as long as the heat's in there.
So you talk about wrinkles a couple times. Can you share more around your feelings on wrinkles just in general and the things that you do to,
Well, I mean, that's it. That's all I really do. I mean, my sister-in-law, I think, irons everything in her closet before she wears it, even her knit shirts. To be honest, there are times when I'm shopping, sometimes I am trying to find something that is a knit that I won't have, because I'm not if I substitute teach, I'm not teaching right now. So if I'm going to substitute teach or go out for the evening, then I'll wear something definitely very nice that probably will need to go to the dry cleaners or have to be ironed. But in general, every day I don't want to be throwing on things that are going to require extra attention. So I do look for knits and things like that.
Okay.
And,
got it.
And the girls now, I mean, I'm not doing their laundry anymore. When they started high school, they did their own. So they're going to have to figure that all out on their own. I don't see them doing a lot of ironing, so I don't know what they're doing. But the rest of us, mostly what I wash is a lot of knits and things like that aren't going to be so wrinkly. And Talbot's has pants that I can buy that are a polyester blend, so they need no ironing whatsoever. So I will buy those because that way I can wear them and I don't have to take them to the dry cleaners and I don't have to iron them. So even when I shop, I look for things that are going to be more wrinkle free. I try to.
Got it. When we say knits, knit is.
It's not really a knit. I mean, they've come up with so many products since I was a kid. It's not. I mean, I'll take the pants down. You can see them. They they look like. I mean, they don't look any different. They don't look like old person pants. But there's just something in them that makes them not have to be ironed.
Okay.
We'll have to. I mean, it might even just be that little bit of elastic that they put in cotton these days.
Okay.
I think that might make a difference. I'm not sure.
Maybe you can check out.
Yeah, I'll be glad to grab a pair and show you. But so I definitely do when I shop try to find things that I don't have to. I'm not going to grab a pair of 100% cotton pants in general, unless they're blue jeans because they're going to have to be ironed.
I have a question on that. So when you do buy, you started buying these things that are easier, that don't have the wrinkles. Did you change any of your habits when you were washing? Or the way you do your laundry based on these new types of fabrics?
That was it all.
Just makes
it all
easier.
Worked with what I was already doing, so I didn't have to change anything. Exactly.
Let's talk about a little about the dryer sheets. You said never any static. Are you saying? What does that mean to you? Is that basically saying you just don't like static, or?
Yeah, I mean the clothes are sticking together, and then if you put it on and it's sticking to you and clinging, that's not a nice look. So. Okay,
and why is it an issue for clothes to stick together? Is it?
Well, I think usually when they're staticky and they're on you, then they cling to you, and it doesn't look right if they still have the static in them. Excuse me. Yeah.
Okay, so it's about how they look when you're wearing them versus
when they come out. Yeah, but I guess because the mindset is that if it's staticky when it comes out of the dryer, it's still going to be staticky when you put it on. I don't know.
So could you do laundry without your dryer sheets if you didn't have them?
I feel like I would notice a difference, to be honest. I don't know what else it's doing, but it is a habit that I always do, and I think it does something in there. Isn't it supposed to soften them too? I don't know.
And so you've used the Publix free and clear dryer sheets for,
and that just happens to be what I have now. But I would buy the other Publix brand too. It doesn't matter. But yeah,
the other Publix brands, or
the other. I guess they have one that has a scent. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever tried any other brands as well?
I don't. I guess because I guess because I'm not sure what it's really doing in the dryer, but I feel like I need to have it at least for the static, so I don't bother spending the extra money. Okay. It's funny too when you think about how you spend money, because sometimes you'll be really frugal on some things and save pennies, and then you'll splurge on other things, and you'll think, well, why are you doing that? Sometimes you're conscious of the pennies you're saving, and then sometimes you just grab what you want and go. So, that's one of those things that I do choose to be conscious of.
Are there any things that come to mind that you can think of in terms of things you'll splurge on versus things you'll?
The reason I even said it is because I thought of it the other day, and I don't even know what I was buying, but I grabbed something, and I'm like, I can't believe you're going to grab this, and then you're going to be so penny conscious over other things, and I can't even remember what it was that I was buying. But sometimes you just buy things on a whim and not even think about what you're spending, and then other times you're like, okay, how many pennies am I saving if I get this toilet paper over this toilet paper or something like that.
Maybe we can walk around
in
your place today and we'll look at some of the things.
Okay, great.
Let's see. And only the normal cycle in the dryer, so you don't really do various cycles.
No, if I have a whole bunch of clothes, I might do heavy duty, and then every now and then if there is something that's really delicate, I'll use that, but almost every day I just put it on normal and go.
Okay. Great. So if you had to pick what's the most challenging thing about laundry, what would it be overall?
I really don't think there. I mean, if there is a stain, certain things, blood and grass and wine, you can't. You wonder if you're going to get them out or not. But that seemed to work, so that will help. But there have been other times where you're just scrubbing and hoping it comes out. This actually, I got something on this one time. I think I washed it like 20 times because I really wanted it out, and I don't even remember what it was, but it actually finally did come out. But otherwise, I don't really fuss about it.
Or another way of saying it's like, what do you dislike about laundry the most?
I guess folding the clothes.
Yeah.
It just takes time. Yeah, it's time consuming.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
How long does it take to fold clothes?
It takes 10 minutes. It's
10
not that.
Is that it?
Yeah, probably 10 or 15
okay.
minutes for a load. Yeah, it's not. It's just it's just one more thing you have to do. I don't know. It's one of those mindset things.
Sure.
I
No,
said.
it takes me longer. That's why I was surprised it only took 10. So you're faster than I am. And then what do you? If there's, I know laundry is not a fun thing, but if there's one thing that you just really appreciate or enjoy or like about it, is there anything that comes to mind?
Well, I like my laundry room, and I like my my machines, so they make it easier, I guess. And just having everything right there, being able to hang it all up. Yeah, I got to redo my laundry room, so I like the way it's set up, and it is a good place to work and do the job.
Great. So I was going to ask a couple different questions. One is, so hoping to learn a little bit more about yourself, and just kind of just general in terms of your life and things that you like and don't like. So one way that we usually try to learn about that is ask what are some certain special moments about your life that may have happened in the last year or two that are meaningful to you, to get a sense of what you like to do and what matters for you and that sort of thing. So.
Let's see. Oh, well, I guess getting to go, spending that 2 weeks in Mobile this summer was very special to me because my mother passed away last year, so it was nice that I got to go spend those 2 weeks with my dad and have that time to spend with him. So that was enjoyable. And then I have girlfriends that are there in Mobile that when you're there for Christmas or Thanksgiving and you're doing that quick trip, there's just such a little bit of time to spend with each person. So to be able to be there for those 2 weeks and have some really good quality time spent with the different high school friends that I have there, and my dad and my stepmom and my brother were really nice to have. And then my son came with me, so we had that time together too. So that was really nice. So that was a good thing. And let me think.
I'm from Slidell, Louisiana. So
oh, are you really?
Quite a bit. Yeah.
Neat. Well, my cousins I actually was born in New Orleans, so my cousin still lives there, and we met in Pass Christian while I was there, so that we could see each other. So we went to the beach in Mississippi there, and had lunch, and that was one of the other visits I got to do while I was there, which was very nice. Okay. And this year, my husband and I are going to celebrate 25 years of being married.
Congratulations!
So we're looking forward to that. And I guess the thing that we did this year, and I guess it's more special to him than me, but we bought a sailboat. So he is working on fixing up the sailboat, and hopefully we're going to, sailboats are odd. I don't know if y'all know anything about sailboats, but this one has a very deep keel. So you really can't go anywhere in it unless you have a couple of days to go out and do something. So actually we've owned it for a year, and we've taken it out probably 6 times at the most, just into Cape Canaveral area and come back. But so now the goal is to get it ready and maybe go to the Bahamas or go do something like that. So we're looking forward to doing that. And that was more history, but I helped him do it. So yes.
Wow.
That's the plan. He had them growing up, and he'd always wanted another one, and it kind of was a dream that had always been pushed to the side. And we went to a wedding last summer, and where he had his boat and had grown up with it, and he was talking about it, and I'm like, well, why don't we do that now? I'm like, the girls are in college, we have Nathan at home, and it would be a fun thing for the 3 of us to do together. So I talked him into it, but I didn't know that I was getting this big bathtub. I thought we were getting a little sailboat, but so that's kind of the things that have been happening this year with us, working on this sailboat and figuring out Nathan with school, but he's going to Bishop Moore, so that'll be good. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
That good?
That's perfect. Yeah, just to learn a little bit more about yourself. So, like, what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to next week or two? Is there anything coming up?
Well, yeah, we're actually having a 90th birthday party for my father-in-law on Saturday. So here we're having a party. So there's things everywhere that are getting ready for the party. So that's going to be exciting. So all the family's coming together. They're all coming in on Friday, and we'll spend Saturday together. Yeah. We have family from Puerto Rico and Wilmington and here. I don't think there's anybody coming from anywhere else. Everybody has kind of migrated here for the most part, but there's still some family in Puerto Rico. So
yeah, this is a beautiful place.
Thank you. Well, it's a good July actually, because it's been dry for so many years. By the time you get to July, things are starting to die again. But we've had rain consistently on a daily, if not at least every other day, if not daily, for weeks. So everything looks green and really nice. Lush, yeah, but it doesn't always look like this in July. You're just coming in a good July.
You got lucky. So 2 quick questions, and then we'll walk around. I don't know if you guys have questions. But and then we'll walk around, and I think we'll have to head out in about 20 or so minutes here.
Sure.
One is, so you talk about stains, and sometimes when you have a stain, so what is the products you use, or what do you do to try to remove those stains when that happens?
Sometimes if I might rinse it with water really quick to be sure it gets out, and then I would probably just spray it with a pre-treat, and then just leave it there till if the water didn't get it out and spraying it didn't get it out right away, then I would just let it sit there, and then I would just wash it, and honestly just hope it came out.
And it does, and
if it didn't, then I might wash it again. It just depends. Sometimes you're just ready to give up and say, okay, that was that just happens. But like I said, this shirt is kind of old, and I didn't look old. And it's been a really good shirt. So I was like, well, what's going to hurt to wash it 20 times and see what happens? So I just kept it in the laundry room, and I just kept washing it and doing it, because it's one of my no iron shirts. It's nice and stretchy, and it looks good whenever you put it on. So I'm like, let me just try and do that. And I didn't realize that I put that on when that I would be able to talk about this when I put it on. I did not put it on for that reason, It just all of a sudden occurred to me. But yeah, with the exception of this, I probably never have worked that hard on a stain before. I would have given up by the 2nd or 3rd time and said, oh, well, that's that. And we're done with that article of clothing.
Yeah, and this is the pre-treat you just found out about from your...
Yeah, my dad had got it. And I guess it's actually, on the bottle it says that it used to be... spray and wash, I think. So I don't know if they changed the bottle only or if they also improved the product, but I don't remember noticing such a good job being done with other pre-treats I've used. So I don't know, but it does say on the bottle it used to be spray and wash, and when I went and picked it up, I'm like, well, I've used that before, so I don't know if it's the same thing or not.
And then just talk static for a second. So currently, you feel like your dryer sheets do deliver on what you want them to? Yeah,
because like I said, I really think it's just to get the static out and
Okay, so you don't have any static today.
No, I don't.
And you know that because
Well, it would stick together when it came out of the laundry, and it
Okay.
would make that noise, the electricity noise, you know, when you're pulling them apart. So yeah.
Okay, good. With regards to dryer sheets, is there anything else that you hope or expect to have from them, or for them to give that you?
Well, I guess if they made the clothes softer, then that would be definitely a bonus. And if they made them smell nice, I guess I didn't really think that even if I bought something different, it was really going to make a difference. But if I were to know that it would, or somebody were to say, you know, this really is nice, then maybe I would do it.